Next thing, another book, but one of my favorites, The Psychology of Persuasion. It's Influence, and it's written by Robert Cialdini. There's six major points of influence: consistency, consensus, authority, similarity, reciprocity, and scarcity. So one of the things about this is you don't realize that I already used this on you. At the beginning of the webinar, I had mentioned that this session was going off script. So basically that means that it's unique. So it also, and I said that like, hey, this may not be up for long, so get your questions in. So that's where scarcity comes into play. I also said to make sure that you get your questions in the chat box because it may not be up for long. I mentioned that as scarcity. There's info that really matters to you and people just like you. So that is where the consensus comes in and similarity comes in. I wrote that since growth is important to you or else you wouldn't have signed up for this webinar, that's where consistency comes in. You had already mentioned, or by taking the action to get onto the webinar for growth hacks, you have to be paying attention to things that are going to help your company grow. So that's why it was mentioned again. As you can see, there's ways to use this and people don't even realize you're doing it, but think about it within your marketing messaging. You know, if you're able to get testimonials from neighbors and the people know who they are and they have a house just like your potential prospect, they're going to pay attention to that because they're just like them. And if you throw in a limited time offer, that's scarcity. You know, if you add in some technical information, they know you're the authority, so they're going to pay attention to you because you're the expert. Reciprocity again goes into your referral program. So what are you know, and if you think about the Ready Talk scenario where you're giving them something just for the possibility of a lead, all of these come into play. Now, I'm going to give you a second tip on this specific book of influence. Again, it's by Robert Cialdini, Cialdini with a C. And here's the key. You only have to read the Cliff Notes. There's about a 12-page Cliff Note version. You don't have to go into a 400 or 500-page book and read all about it. You obviously can if you want. There's going to be more examples there. But as soon as you understand what the principle is and what a few examples are, you're going to get it and you're going to understand how to use it. One of the things that we used in our lawn care company that really helped us build our additional sales, add-on sales to our current customers was our dialer system. And we would do robocalls to our current customers that would offer them different services, and basically push one to connect to a live person or push two if you're not interested in the service. But when we were writing the scripting for those 30-second robocalls, we were using every single one of these points of influence in there. So I just scribbled some stuff down before this and came up with a few points of influence that were top of mind for me so that you could see how it played into gaining your attention and having you buy into what we were going to go over today. So a really important book. And as long as you have good intentions, you're going to get good results.